Actually, not as long as I thought it would be. I thought it would be longer than that. Probably because I was skipping certain parts. That's probably why. I know these comments gonna be funny. Hold on. All day of Cataline slaps they look like they could knock the skin off a bowl of cold custard. Probably right on that. They're warming up backstage. Right? Warming up to slap somebody. What? He gave him the finger while he was unconscious. Yeah, he did. Unknowingly, though. I can't stand there knowing a hard slap is coming. Jeez. Takes crazy hard to participate in this, but yes. It takes more heart than probably the other sports. Low key. Because other sports, you can at least try to dodge or block. On here, you can't. Like, you just can't. So I said this sport is strange, but as long as there are enough volunteers, why not? There are some analysis that I just made of the knockout scene at 53. It is difficult because you don't know exactly the FPS of the high-speed cameras. I measured it roughly by counting the frames between certain events, e.g. start of acceleration of arm hitting the face, turning back of the head, and so on. But I estimated slow-mo at 54, about 150 FPS, slow-mo at about 660 FPS. Where's my man getting at? From the angle of the head frame, by frame you can estimate the angular velocity and angular acceleration of the head. My man doing that scientific experiment on this one. I don't know what 5.37 DEG /MS, I don't know what that is. Max angular acceleration 18,000 RAD /S 2 squared. What the heck? Maybe some of you know the movie Concussions with Good Old Will. It's true and sad story. Yeah. Somebody gonna probably have CTE off these jumps. Yeah, that's what that one dude, he retired. He said, freak it, I want to retire. I made enough money. I ain't trying to continue with this. Just had a look for some data of NFL helmet sensors. I've found a study from 05 that I think below, or that I linked below. In figure 5 of that study, the angular acceleration of NFL players' heads are shown against the number of impacts. The diagram goes up to 14,000 RAD S 2 squared. So what poor Vernon Cathy experienced was a little worse than the worst in NFL. But this was just a rough estimate. I guess the medical assistants of the players, as well as the players, know better. Man. Wait, where did it go? I lost it. Come back here. So thank you for too much analysis that nobody needed or cared. Maybe do a thesis on this for your doctorate. Somebody said, damn, this video puts into perspective when these guys take like 5 of these back to back to back. LOL. Somebody said, don't talk for others. Just because you don't care doesn't mean nobody does. Good point. Because I cared. Yeah. I want to see what he was talking about. Because this can't be all that safe, man. You know, Michael J. White already pointed out, because he had some fighting experience, he already pointed out that this is more dangerous than boxing. Yeah. They say I found it interesting and it clearly shows the insanity of this sport. Yeah. Dumpling and Crazy Hawaiian need a special match that goes, nah, man, they don't need to keep doing that, bro. The boys could get really hurt doing this stuff, man. Come on now. Someone says he's giving him the middle finger from the dark side, basically. 1 point deduction and slapped again. That's what I was saying. I'm like, come on, man. Just let it fly, bro. Just let it fly. These people get hurt more. That's not funny. Awesome matchup. Oh my goodness, Wolverine. okay in first round. I think he made KO. Dumpling is new power slap super heavyweight champion. Yeah. That was off the chain. Love you, Sheena. You got it done. Sheena is a punk rocker. Sheena is like machine. Somebody's knocking someone out there. Shoot is just wild. Wolverine is a monster. Yeah. Somebody said something in Russian or something. I cry with you. You're awesome. One person is happy for you. God on the right in his face reminds me of Jonathan Bino. Why does the ref look more nervous than the competitors? Hey, I guess he don't want nobody to get hurt, but hey, it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. That's the way it is. The refereeing in this makes it a mockery. Every single card there are cheats, clubbing, or flinching with no punishment. Dumpling is so wholesome. Yeah, he kinda is. Yeah, I like that guy. I like that guy. Wolverine's arm is like a golf club. His shoulder is past the dude before he even hits. Well, damn. That mobile game, though. When Raven still slapped that slot machine, I lost it. Mobile games are cooked. I kept skipping this. I don't know what. Yeah, I saw the commercial, but I didn't see it entirely. Well, I'm about to be up out of here, man. This video too long, man. I'll be back after that long old commercial. Leave y'all with a reverse or two, like I always do. Yeah. So this is one of the ones that all the athletes must remember. Of course, you're not supposed to fear your adversary at all, or your opponent. Neither one. This one right here says Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. As simple as that. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you go around starting things, but hey, you don't back down either, you know? You ain't supposed to be a coward about it. You know, just like somebody said in the comment section earlier, man. You have to just stand there and brace for it. You have to have a heart to be able to do that. And it takes heart to be a warrior. Indeed, people are warriors. For sure. This is crazy. You just stand there and just wait for somebody to just do. Your whole face just go like this, like it's made of jello. Dang. I respect it though, you know. But get out when you can. You know, like that man Wolverine. You know, he's one of the champions. I forget of what weight division. He said, I'm retired. He said, I made enough money. You know, he didn't say that, but commentators were saying that he made a decent amount of money, enough to provide for his family and retire young. So I think he made the right call to get up out of there. And I hope the rest of them do the same thing. When they've been doing it long enough, just get out when you can. Last thing we need is another Chris Benoit type story. That's the last thing that we need. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for any combat sport. Any sport in general. That's just dangerous. Which any sport could be a bit dangerous. You know? Just get out while you can. If you made enough money, don't be greedy. Get out. You know what I'm saying? Like that weird old movie called Get Out. You get out while you can. The kid wasted too much time. And they say, give me those keys. Give me those keys. I'm gonna need those keys. Give me the keys.
Rose.
I don't know where they are.
Rose? Rose! Rose, give me those keys! Rose, Give me those keys. Rose, now! Now, the keys!
What is going on?
Where are those keys, Rose?
You know I can't give you the keys, right, babe?
And the girl said, babe, you know I can't give you the keys. I was like, when I first saw that job, I was like, oh my goodness. That was flipped. I should say frecked. We got one more verse here. John 3:36. And this is one of the most important things to remember if you are a believer. If you're not, then hey. You keep scrolling, you know, or click on to the next video. And this one says, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life, for God's wrath remains on them. Simple as that. It's important, man, to not reject the Son. You reject him with your very actions, not with your words, but with your actions. You know, 10 Commandments and all that. No. Proverbs 16. Or is it Proverbs 6? I think it's Proverbs 6. That has a list of things that you should not do. I think it's 6:16. Proverbs 6:16, right? You know, 1 Corinthians 6:9 through 13, all of that. Revelation 21 verse 8. List after list of things you should not do. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody that said that it's bad to be abuser of mankind or something like that. And that could mean all kind of things. It could also mean, or possibly, it could possibly mean allowing yourself to get abused. And staying past your prime in a sport like this, you're allowing yourself to be abused at that point. You know what I'm saying? Just adding on to the brain damage. That's why that comment that guy made was pretty important. You know, somebody tried to make a joke of it, but nah, that's important. You gotta protect your brain health, man. Otherwise, you might have another Aaron Hernandez out here, or another Benoit. That's his name, right? Aaron Hernandez? Or am I tripping? Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, that job was crazy. What they said happened. I was like, dang. R.I.P. to him and Benoit and Charlie and whoever else. But Charlie, a whole different incident. But I'm talking about all the people that was in sports and they screwed their head up. Do too much damage. Let me get out of here before this video gets too long, man. May peace be upon you all and blessings from the Most High. Blessings from the Most High.